I'm Eric Singer, Gazette.com, and this is Colorado Caucus 101, understanding, in this case, the Republican side of things. Joining me is Daniel Cole with the El Paso County GOP. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Eric.
All right, let's start to finish. How does it work?
So in Colorado, we make our voice heard primarily through the caucus system. On March 1st, we'll all gather in our neighborhood caucuses where we'll elect delegates to each of several assemblies. The county assembly, the congressional assembly, the state assembly, and the judicial assembly. And at those various assemblies, delegates will cast votes on behalf of the caucus goers who elected them.
And then what happens next?
Next come the assemblies. So those delegates will attend those assemblies and they will vote on who they want to represent the party in each of several races: U.S. Senate, local legislative races, county commission. The only race in which they won't cast a direct vote is for president. Instead, for president, they'll elect delegates to go to the national convention in Cleveland, where those delegates in turn will vote on who the Republican nominee should be.
Can Colorado delegates change their mind even though their precinct said to vote one way?
So delegates that are sent out of the caucus are not bound to support any particular candidate. The delegates that are elected to go to the national convention can be either bound or unbound, depending on whether they decide to affiliate themselves with a particular candidate when they run for that position.
Is Colorado's situation and system unusual or different than others?
It is unusual. There are only about half a dozen states in the nation that use a caucus system instead of a direct primary. And even within those half dozen states, Colorado's caucus is unusual because the delegates that get sent to the national convention might not be bound by anything at all, let alone a direct vote of the people at the caucus.
But one thing is also unlike other states is that you have to be a Republican prior to going inside. You can't just decide at the spur of the moment to become a Republican and go to Republican caucus.
That's true. You have to be affiliated with the party for at least 2 months before the caucus date. Now, we have a closed system in Colorado, which means that only party members can participate in their respective caucuses. In some states, the primary is open to unaffiliated voters, but in Colorado, unaffiliated voters are not allowed to participate before the general election.
And March 1st is the big day.
That's right. March 1st is coming up. It's Super Tuesday, which means there are primaries and caucuses taking place all across the state. We should know more about who the Republican nominee is likely to be after March 1st.
And thanks for watching Caucus 101 on the Republican side. I'm Eric Singer, Gazette.com.